Kilo 0, Mike Oscar, Kilo 0 MO.
Kilo 0 MO, Roger, Roger. And what's the name there, sir?
Kilo 0 MO, Roger, Roger. And what's the name there, sir?
Yes, the name is Manny, M-A-N-N-Y. I'm in Florida, in Port St. Lucie, East Coast, over.
Yes, sir, Manny. I remember speaking to you last week, Roger, Roger.
Yes, sir, Manny. I remember speaking to you last week, Roger, Roger.
Really? Anyways, glad to hear you on the air, over.
Yes, sir. I'm copying you on the Georgia SDR. And what radio was that you are running today, sir?
What radio was that you are running today, sir?
Okay, I am running an Apache Labs ANAN SDR radio, over.
ANAN, and what's the number?
ANAN, and what's the number?
The ANAN-7000 DLE, over.
Okay, just give me the numbers, please.
Okay, just give me the numbers, please.
Yes, sure. It's the ANAN-7000 DLE.
ANAN 7000 DLE, Roger, Roger.
ANAN 7000 DLE, Roger, Roger.
QSL.
All right, now, Manny, give me, are we setting this radio up, or what would you want to do with it?
Setting this radio up, or what would you want to do with it?
Yes, I just tried a new microphone with it. It's a Heil PR40, so I wonder how it sounds. So I was trying different transmit profiles with it, different settings, so I don't know how do you hear it, how it sounds, over?
Yes, sir, Manny. Well, let me tell you, anytime you change a microphone, you go back to your ALC and double-check your ALC level, because all mics are different. So every time you change your mic, go back to your ALC and make sure it's running mid-scale to 2/3. But what I'd like to do is just review some of the other settings, if you wouldn't mind, and that would be that your compressor is engaged at a 3. Is that a Roger?
At a 3, is that a Roger?
Yes, indeed. It's actually, I'm using it at 6 dBs, over.
Roger. Well, you can do that, but it's not going to help any more than at a 3. The only thing is it sucks up between the words, and you hear the guy next door beating his wife, between the words. So a 3 would do very nicely and just be just as full, Roger?
And just be just as full, Roger.
Okay, very good. So let's see. I'm setting it now to 3 dB. Yes, I like to have about 95% modulation. So right now it will be like 85%, over.
All right, your compressor is at a 3. Then we move to your ALC, and normally we would want to do that at mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain manipulation would give you 80 to 85%. Now you can get hotter, you can get harder, but the problem is you start condensing even further your dynamic range on your words. And the thing is that enunciation, understanding words is a accumulation of a lot of different things, the articulation of the audio, but another factor is the dynamic word shaping. In other words, if you continue to collapse the dynamic range and you get, say, to 1% or 1% of the dynamic range, then the word has no dynamic range, no breath, no breathe. It's just a blur, and blurs are not easily understood. So it takes a certain amount of dynamics in the word to be able to understand it. And I have found that a 3 dB dynamic range really is the absolute best point as far as being able to hear the word loudly, but still be able to understand what the word is. If you hear the word but you can't understand what it is, you're useless, Roger.
You're useless, Roger.
Yes, understand. I actually using the broadcasting standard, which is, as you know, 6 dB. So I roll it back to 3 dBs. How you hear me now? Over.
Yes, sir. That's much better. You know, like I say, words have to have a certain amount of life to be able to understand what they are. Now, I can give you an example. Say the 7610 has an interesting device called Drive, and you get to drive through quick on the 7610 front end. And Drive, what that does, it is just has the ability to increase the modulation level. And normally that drive is set at 50% on the 7610, but it can be turned up. I usually turn it up, have people turned up to about a 60, but we did an experiment one afternoon where we took that drive up to 100%. And at 100% drive on the 7610, words no longer have dynamic range. They have, yes, they do have dynamic range, but it's only like half a dB of dynamic range. So I'm sitting and looking at this guy's audio on my VU meter, and my VU meter is not bouncing around like a normal VU meter would. It's just hung up there and quivering, kind of like a plate voltmeter on a transmitter. That's how much what happens when you hit, half a dB of dynamic range. And the word just becomes a blur, and it's very difficult to understand with that much modulation what the words are. So, you know, what our goal is to get the words to the person that's listening in the best form, and that is, you know, back off that modulation to where you have a 3 dB dynamic range, and it's very nice. The audio can be a contest or QSO quality depending on what you want to do with it. So you have complete flexibility, you have no distortion, you're well below splatter, and everything is copacetic, and you don't have people coming looking for you with pitchforks. Roger?
People coming looking for you with pitchforks. Roger?
Yes, it's true, yes, of course, indeed. How you hear me now? I put it on 3 dB, over?
Yes, sir, excellent. I would leave it, I would run it just like that, sir. You are splendid. Roger?
Like that, sir. You are splendid. Roger?
Okay. Thank you very much, Jim. I watch your videos on YouTube, and I really admire all you do for others, you know, with the audio report. I also like to help people, with the audio when there's the occasion that somebody needs help. So I really appreciate that, Jim. Really nice of you. Over.
Thank you, Manny, ever so much, and thanks for checking in. And we appreciate your signal and the Qso. And again, you know how to get there if you want to hear your audio. You're right on target now. So if you want to hear it, KC9VKV on a YouTube search, followed by today's date, 2/19/21. I did not say that very well. It's KC9VKV followed by today's date, 2/19/21 on a YouTube search. Roger?
2/19/21 on a YouTube search. Roger?
Very good, very good. I will watch it. So I don't see any uploads right now. So when are you going to upload this video? Over.
Yes, sir. We'll have it uploaded within 48 hours. We usually give ourselves 48 hours to get it up to YouTube. We usually get there a lot sooner, but our outside time is 48 hours. Roger?
Outside time is 48 hours. Roger?
Okay, Roger. Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate your report and your help. I hope to see you again soon. KC9VKV from Qso-Vlog 73, my friend.
Roger, Manny, and you're at least 15 over on my meter. I run a very low RF front end just to keep it out of AGC compression, but I am looking at your audio on the output of the radio audio on a VU meter, and when you cease speaking, I have your voice peaks calibrated to 0 level, and when you cease speaking, it falls down and reads my noise level, and it was minus 15, so just a great signal. 73, Manny. We'll catch you next week if you get a chance. Well, gosh, there it is, up by the clock on the wall, a dead fly. No, It's 6 minutes past 5, so we have turned into a pumpkin quite a while ago. We've got to get out of here. We've enjoyed it. If so, you have also, I hope. And again, to be able to find today's recording, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 2/19/21, that will take you to this recording directly. If you just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, that will take you to our YouTube Qso-Vlog page, where we're now running over 1,500 recorded Qso vlogs. So anyway, we got to get out of here. We say 73, everyone. This is KC9VKV returning the frequency to normal average amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV clear.
KC9VKV clear.